Good morning from Suzhou, China. It's day 3 of the Curling World Cup. This is the first stop of a 4-leg series. There'll be stops in the USA and Sweden before the grand final next May in Beijing. Men's, women's, and mixed doubles teams from the top curling nations in the world are here at our venue, the brand new Suzhou Olympic Sports Center. And isn't it beautiful? Friday morning here in Suzhou as the athletes take to the playing surface. We're about 100 kilometers inland from Shanghai. And our feature match today in the mixed doubles event is the United States taking on Korea. I'm Hans Fraunleb. I'm joined by Rona Howie. And good morning to you, Rona.
Good morning.
Let's meet the teams. For Team USA, it's Sarah Anderson and Corey Dropkin.
And for Team Korea, it's Yang Hae-ri and Choi Ji-won.
Let's take a look at the standings. The double round robin here at Curling World Cup. USA unbeaten, 3-0. They finished the first of their double round robin. Korea winless, Canada leading Group A, also at 3-0. Here's how we earn points at the Curling World Cup. Winning the event gets you 10. Every win you get in regulation time gets you 3 points. If you win in a shootout, you get 2. And these ranking points are very important because they determine who goes to the final on Sunday. Customary handshakes before the match. A little gift there from Choi Ji-won. Here are the other matches we're going to keep an eye on for you this morning. On sheet A, it's Norway versus Canada. Sweden takes on Russia on sheet B. In the women's event on sheet C, Japan versus China. Scotland takes on Sweden in the women's event on sheet D. In our feature match, USA versus Korea in mixed doubles. Rona, third day, and the teams are settling in. The venue's amazing, and it's really great to have men's, women's, and mixed doubles happening all in one event.
Yep, sure is. It's great to see them all out.
Rules of play, we'll play at 8 ends. No extra ends. We're going to break ties with a shootout. Can't throw a takeout until the 4th delivered stone. Each team has 1 power play, and there are no timeouts. And also a rule for Curling World Cup. We do timing on an end-by-end basis as opposed to a time clock for the entire game. USA has the hammer, so Yang Hae-ri gets it underway with the first stone of the game. If you've never seen mixed doubles curling before, teams throw 5 rocks instead of 8. One player throws the first stone and the 5th stone. The other player throws the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th stones. And Rona, things happen fast and the rocks really accumulate quickly.
Certainly do. They're always playing the stones to the 4-foot area, so there's guddles appearing all the time, creating chances and creating angles.
Sarah Anderson of the USA.
Stay on the straight side.
Going down the out-turn side, throwing the counterclockwise rotation. Corey Dropkin on the brush.
Line's good, line's good.
Nice shot, Sarah.
Great shot to start with.
That's a pretty nice stone for your first stone of the game.
And for mixed doubles, that first stone is crucial because it does set up the end. You know, you want your opposition to be chasing you all end, and by playing a shot like that straight away, you're certainly putting your mark down.
The man doing the chasing now is Korea's Choi Ji-won. This team won a trial that was held in Korea to pick their team to compete at this event. It's a very young team. What a great opportunity for them to compete in this kind of event, Rona. It's invaluable for their development.
Oh, without question. Fantastic for them to be part of this first ever Curling World Cup.
Touch more then.
This U.S. team more experienced, even though they're very young themselves. Corey Dropkin, only 23 years of age, but they've already competed in 2 World Mixed Doubles Championships.
9, all right.
Yep, 9.
A little bit wider path. Weight's close.
Stay straight.
T-line.
They've been very impressive
How's
so
weight?
far this week.
Yes.
Weight's
Certainly
perfect.
have. Great communication,
great.
great shot play. Just a really good mixed doubles pair.
Sit.
Doesn't want to
Okay.
bounce. Pushes
Good call,
the
Sarah.
Good job.
stone back
Where'd you
about a
get on
foot, and USA lies 3.
And we see definitely this week the preferred option is that the female is throwing the 1st and 5th stone, and the male is throwing the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. That obviously they can change throughout the game after an end if they wish, but it certainly seems to be the preferred option.
Yeah, you're right, Rona. We've seen Team Sweden change their playing order, but you're exactly right. The preferred combination for most of these teams is the way that these teams are lining it up today. Tough shot now early on for Choi Chi-won.
아니 그대로 와야 돼.
백, 라인만,
라인은. 와.
라인만.
와,
Korea
라인은.
don't have last stone at this end. They need to be very careful. They
아직 아직.
can give themselves a chance to get something in here.
Well, Choi's backing right off this one. He thinks it's heavy, and yes, it is. It's going to slide deep right through the rings.
You can do this.
Okay.
Or this
And
way.
the warning lights are flashing for
I like
Korea.
the out. I think a little tap would be nice.
A big end is looming for Team USA if they can close it out. 2 stones yet to come. Here's Corey Dropkin. Wanting to throw another one in there around that center guard.
My hair in.
They've seen this path a few times.
Wait.
Rona,
4, 5, 5.
they've got a pretty
Wait's
good idea what
nice.
it's going to do.
4, 5.
Yeah, know the line, know the weight.
Through. Stay straight though. Stay straight. Yep. Yep.
But
You can really see that coming across at the end.
Curl. Curl. Curl.
Great looking rock here from Dropkin. That is a beauty.
Fantastic.
USA lies 4.
really nice.
And that all started from that first stone of Sarah Anderson's coming in and just
Yeah.
putting the pressure on.
Completely set the tone for the end. You're absolutely right, Rona. Let's take another look.
Stay straight. Yep. Yep.
Here's Sarah reading the line while Corey's brushing.
Curl. Curl. Curl.
Good call, Sarah.
You mentioned the communication there. You see those 4 American stones half buried behind that center guard. And they're coming way outside in on the intern side this time, Rona. And that's a bit of a new patch for them, but they really don't have too many other good options, do they?
They don't. It's really their only option for coming in close to even if they lie second shot,
그대로 와.
it wouldn't be a bad result.
라인 그대로 와.
Damage
와,
control
웨이트
time
있어
now
보여.
for
라인은.
Team Korea.
라인 좋아. 그대로 와야 돼. 와, 와. 웨이트.
왜 이렇게 해야 돼?
와, 라인은.
Even if it stops high, that they could.
헤비, 헤비.
Oh no, it's going to sail on through.
It's going to slide deep. It's going to stay in the rings, but the USA still
Here you go,
lying
right
4.
here.
You can see the brush paths going down. That's where
Okay.
the
Like, I
Americans
don't
want
wanna
to
be
throw
back
it.
here. I'd rather be up here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
'cause
mean,
even
even a
if
tight guard's okay.
Korea had stopped there where USA were nominating, they could have used it the next time. But now USA can block that.
Or we just dare them to throw it again.
No, let's
Okay.
do it.
Yeah, I like throwing it. Do you like edge?
I think
Is that enough?
edge of 12, maybe even do it a little bit more.
You can always make it
'Cause-
curl.
Yeah, exactly. Just
What did you get on the? You got a 13
I got
or
a
12.
12-4 on there.
There's that great communication you were talking about, Rona. Just in the space of 10 seconds, they talked about the shot options, they communicated the weight, they communicated the line.
Yeah, I think it should be
Drop.
pretty good.
Looks a little hot.
Trying to take this path away from the Koreans.
Weight's good.
Straight, straight.
Yeah, and Sarah had already timed the Korean stone previously, so she could give an
5.
indication.
Whoa,
Six.
Yeah.
To Corey, what to play.
Yeah.
Gotta get it by this top one.
Oh,
Oh, what a great shot.
Good call, Sarah.
Fantastic.
Nice throw.
Thanks. Great call.
Only one shot choice available here for Team Korea, and that's to follow that one down. And even if they make it great, the U.S. might still be lying 3. What a great shot. Great shooting
Fantastic
all around by the Americans in this first end. when you're still getting a feel for the ice, even though you've had pregame practice, to have that kind of accuracy right out of the gate, that's
Whenever I
really
look up
impressive.
At the screen, like to look at the rocks,
Yeah.
it's always not the rocks.
Yeah, great play in the very first end of the game. Really stamping authority here.
Zhang Hairi
라인
has
그대로
a
가.
Herculean
라인
task.
라인 름. 라인 그대로 가. 라인 름, 라인 름.
He's not sweeping it for weight anyway.
Has to curl. Choi backing away from it. It is not going to make it into the button area. Slides past it. And the USA has a chance now to draw for a perfect 6-point end. That's the maximum possible
On those out turns,
in mixed doubles.
I don't remember
I
right
think it's around a 13.5, but a 13 won't hurt. Yeah.
So like an 8-ender
13,
in regulation
13.5.
curling is a big thing.
Like
So a
give you, like,
6-ender.
Pretty rare.
More.
Pretty rare.
It'll curl.
Sixes happen in mixed doubles way more often than 8s happen in men's and women's curling, but it's still quite a rarity. And boy, oh boy, talk about the dream start. Let's see if Sarah Anderson can cap off the perfect end.
Pretty good. Yeah, we're back 8 right now.
Needs to curl a bit.
Corey thinks it's got a lot of weight, not letting her brush to it.
Line's good. Line's good.
Well, they're happy with the line, and the weight
Atta
looks
girl.
pretty good. There
Nice
you go,
shot.
folks.
Oh, perfect.
6 points, perfect end for Team USA. They score the maximum, the first 6
Yeah,
that
great
we've
start.
seen in this tournament. And what a start for Team USA. After one end of play, it's the USA 6, Korea nothing.
I think it's going to be fresh on here.
Yeah, I agree. Aim for board.
Yeah. Should be pretty good. Half rock. Great start.
Yeah.
Keep going.
That's the understatement of the tournament, Corey. Great start indeed. Team USA, Sarah Anderson, Corey Dropkin with a perfect 6-point end maximum. And Rona 5 perfect shots.
Certainly was. Fantastic weight, line, everything there. They come off that pre-game practice knowing exactly what the ice was doing, what the weight was, and basically nailed it in the first end.
Totally nailed it.
Board. Light. Hack.
Yes.
Hack.
Yes.
And just Korea were erring on the wrong side. You know, even if they're coming up slightly short of the 4 foot, even if it's 8 foot, they can use that stone to tap up later in the end. But unfortunately, they were heavy, and once it's through, then there's
Okay,
no recovery
sorry.
for that stone.
Sorry, just light.
Korea have elected to immediately use their 1 power play, so the stones are in the corner guard position. And after you drop a 6, why not? The idea of the power play with the stones being off the 4-foot line,
라인 그대로 가야 돼. Yes.
the team with last rock, the idea is that it should be easier for them to score multiple points, and Korea could certainly use multiple points here. Take a look live to the women's event, Japan versus China. First end of play, Satsuki Fujisawa, Japan.
ラインは同じウェイトだけ。ライン一緒。
Looks like a draw for potentially 2 points.
ちょっとブレーク遅くなってる。まだ後ろない。
So it's got plenty of weight. It's going to stop.
あ、当たるよ。
Raises it. 2 points it is. Nice start there for Fujisawa. Japan 2, China nothing.
It's a little light.
Yeah. 今ので13でやっぱ8ちょっとあるからね。うん。今一番滑ってる。そうでこっちがねすごい白い。こっちが重いだ。
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
I think it's just a little bit slower coming this way. I
Seems
thought I
like
threw it
I
okay.
had a 68. It should have been fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yellowstone belongs to Korea. Choi Chi-won.
Continuing to keep play out to the wing.
Ready? 라인 그대로 와야 돼. 야! 타이트야, 야!
Mixed doubles made its debut on the Olympic stage in Korea, the Pyeongchang Winter Olympics. And that little graze might have helped them get a piece of the rings, cover their shooter. It's not a bad result.
Right here.
Okay.
Corey will be able to see the most of that top stone,
kind of
the
weight
yellow
you doing?
stone.
7.5.
Skill, yeah.
7.5.
How much ice? I think
About a rock.
I think even give it a little bit more because we can just pick it out.
More
right?
than a rock of ice.
Just do a rock then.
This time taking advantage of the fact that you can have a sweeper
Close.
alongside the shooter. And
Yep.
I think that's so important on
Yep.
hits.
Clean. Whoa.
Kills the top corner guard. Not quite what he was aiming at. Let's look at Sweden, Russia.
Yep.
Therese Vestman.
Yep. Forward. Forward.
Looking to angle in the side stone. Not
One yellow.
quite going to get it there, and it's a single point for Russia.
Ja, lite mjuk kvar.
So Russia taking a 1-0 lead.
웨이트만. 라인 그대로 와야 돼. 야! 야! 웨이트.
웨이트 가야 돼.
So a mistake there from Corey catching the top guard. Gives Korea now the chance to come round and lie 3.
더.
They're using all of those rings, but they are lying 3. Stones are actually in interesting places now for the Koreans.
If I throw an out turn here, how much do you think it's going to curl?
A lot.
A lot? Like,
Yeah.
like a peel?
Yeah.
Okay.
What turn are you throwing?
Out turn.
Where are you aiming?
Just inside of edge of rock. Do you like that or no?
I mean, I think the intern's easier because the guard's not in the way.
Okay, intern.
Looks like they're going to make a play at that corner guard top 12-foot stone. Sarah saying, I like the intern better. Take the corner guard out of play.
Yep. 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 Hard!
There's one. Stuffs it. Not quite the double takeout that Corey was looking for, but they do roll their stone into second shot position.
웨이트 컨트롤.
어,
Now if Korea can
야,
keep
조금만
their
더.
shooter at this side of the house, it means all 3 stones of theirs are spread about. Not as easy for USA to lift to.
So after dropping a 6 in the first, a little something going here for Korea in the second. That's mixed doubles curling.
라인만.
야!
Big ends, it's hard to defend the lead.
야! 타이트야!
Need to stick around.
Go, Corey, go, 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 go,
Roll
go.
across the house. Will it stay in the rings? Dropkin trying to sweep it out. And it does stick around behind the corner guard. That's a great result.
Yeah, or this.
Korea lies
I
3.
think this one's easier.
Well, it's half guarded.
Okay, so this, I mean, you can even go to
I mean, as long as we peel that,
peel it
we're only
into
giving up
this.
3. We're still up 3.
Okay.
But if we make this double,
This.
yeah, I mean, half a rock and you're pretty close.
Okay, we have 4. 40 seconds, Corey.
Yeah, get your rock.
Yeah.
Okay, so Team USA, after scoring 6, are all of a sudden under some pressure. We heard Corey Dropkin already talking about, well, you know, even if we give up 3,
25.
or up 3,
Yep.
and they are keeping an eye on the time clock. End-base timing, they have to get
just
this
outside
stone in
edge.
motion before the time clock runs out. Otherwise,
plenty of time
Korea
to
will have basically a free shot to get a 4th.
Yep, so she's going to try and remove the top yellow onto one of the ones in the, at the back of the house. Try and remove 2 from play.
That's unlucky.
Oh, that is unlucky.
Good throw, Sarah.
That was.
Jams it on the back, so close to a really good angle double takeout, but it jams on the back, so it's going to be a draw for 3 for Korea.
Good
So
throw.
their power play, that was pretty wise choice, Rona, to
Dead note.
choose the
Dead
power
stuff.
play after dropping the big end and with the benefit of the hindsight here.
Certainly was, because it's quite early in the game to play your power play, but just shows that it pays off.
Yeah.
Keeping play open and to the wings rather than cuddling round the centre favours Korea.
라인
Chang
그대로 가. 와, 라인
Hairi needs to draw the paint to score a 3rd point.
라인 좋아, 웨이트.
Choi Chi-won
짭,
on the
짭,
brush.
짭, 짭.
This looks pretty good.
가, 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 가.
Yeah, perfect.
No problem at all. Well, what a great bounce back for Team Korea, dropping 6 in the first, but they come right back with a 3. After 2 ends of play, this one's going to be pretty entertaining. USA 6, Korea 3.
Sorry?
Got away from us.
Yeah. That'll be good.
Make sure we have a path. Make sure we keep it open if we need to. We're up
Just
3.
make sure we score.
Make sure we score. Get
Yeah.
rocks in. A little slower down the middle, right?
Yeah.
하대 앞에.
라인 그대로 가, 이제.
Chang Hairi,
웨이트. 라인 룸.
the first stone of the 3rd end here at the Curling World Cup in
와.
Suzhou, China. It is a
내려가고 있어. 야.
very warm Friday morning here in Suzhou.
더.
Beautiful venue,
왜? 못 나왔어?
very attractive city as well. There's a big inland lake.
Yeah,
They've got
okay.
canals, gardens. Really nice place.
I think we're a little light right now.
Line's tight.
So what do you think was going through the minds of Sarah Anderson and Corey Dropkin
Line's
between
tight,
ends there,
line's
Ronan? You
tight.
score a 6.
Where is
Best
it?
possible
Top
start,
four.
and then you come
Yeah.
back and your opponent
Top
comes
four.
right back with a 3.
Line.
What are you
Oh,
thinking?
back 4.
Line.
Yeah, unfortunately, you just have to
Sorry,
forget
Sarah.
it. It's happened, and
I got that judgment wrong.
learn from what you
Got a
did
lot
wrong
there.
at that end. But look at the scoreboard, you're 3 up, you've got a hammer here. So what's the focus for this end, and what do you want to achieve here? So that's what they have to focus on now. Because it's very easy to dwell on losing a silly 3, as they may call it, but it's happened, and you can't change that. So control the controllables, which is the next end.
라인 그대로 와. 웨이트. 라인 룸.
웨이트 스텝.
와. 라인 룸. 여유 있어.
웨이트 내려야
웨이트
돼.
대비야.
우리 기다려야 돼.
가죠.
Oh, this is going to be too heavy. Again, Korea just overthrowing these draws.
Let's look in at Sweden, Russia.
Corey.
Serious
I think
Vestman.
just take a
The
few
last stone.
Yeah. I'm just gonna throw it just like I did 2 rounds ago.
Yeah. throw them good. Wow, nej! Nej!
Litt.
Var med, ja! Nej, 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 nej! Kör
Så
på
mycket
gul!
insida som
Kör på
möjligt.
gul! Kör på gul!
Oh, very nice touch there, and it's 2 points for Sweden. Great shot.
2 red.
2
Back
red.
4! Back
This is
8!
Robin Alberg, and 2 red it is.
Close the line!
Norway, Canada.
Yep!
2 red Norwegian stones under cover. So Laura Walker with a very
Good
tough
try.
final shot facing her.
Well, not great, but it's okay.
Trying an angled
Sorry
run,
about
but
that.
no contact at all. So that's a
Think we're
steal of
still
2
on
for
2.
Norway.
Pass pretty quick, yeah.
Kristen Skaslian
I
and
think
Sandra
we're
Rolveg. They take a 3-0 lead after 2. Choi Chi-won.
Wait, man.
라인만.
라인 름. 라인 름. 여기 있어. 와!
Both US counters are back to here. So Korea just trying to freeze in on top. Again, erring on the shorter side is best, but rub off 1 red, but
Same thing.
do leave USA lying short.
Top 4.
They also changed the angles on those stones at the back of the 4-foot Rona, so I think that makes it even easier for the Americans to accumulate. Let's see what Corey Dropkin can do.
I'm a hair tighter.
And you did hear the players discussing that this way was slightly faster than the other way,
Right.
and Korea maybe haven't picked up on that because they got their draw weight going the other way. So this way they maybe haven't realised it's just a wee bit faster.
Back 4.
You need to
Wow.
watch every path, and that one seemed to fool Corey Dropkin as well. Slides behind that black tee line going left to right through the rings.
Was you on time there?
This is a great opportunity now for Korea to come in and weld one right in top of the reds.
Scotland, Sweden. Denver Dodds.
Line's good. Line's good.
Stepping into skip shoes for Eve Muirhead's team after her recent hip surgery.
Hi guys, you're really dragging it.
And that's everybody in the curling world is wishing Eve a speedy recovery, and that one comes up short, so that's a steal of 2 for Anna Hasselborg. Sweden up 2-0.
Wait.
우리 기다려야 돼.
가죠. Sorry. Wait.
Oh no, Korea heavy again.
Oh gosh, this path is turning into greased lightning. It's about the 4th stone down that path that has fooled the players.
So now if USA can get in here top tee, they're really closing the door.
Yeah,
I mean,
the
either
pendulum
way.
of opportunity has swung back to the Americans.
All right, see if I can throw it short.
There's Phil Drobnik and Pete Fenson
Top 4.
You got it. It's a quick pass.
looking it
They're
over
saying,
from the coach's
come
bench.
on, have they not realised it's quite fast down
5
there?
feet less, 5 feet less, 5 feet less. And this is actually a situation where if you're going to make a mistake, making a mistake light is better for the Americans. It would block the path.
Straight.
It certainly looks as
4.
though they've
4, 5.
played a more sweeping weight here.
Straight. Hard, Corey. Yes.
Throwing it to himself,
Wrap it
doing
up,
all the
yeah.
sweeping.
Go.
Corner overlaps that stone in the top 8 foot, so adjusted it back a bit too much. And that's what you see so often. It's so hard to do when you just know that everything's been a little heavy and you get it in your brain, okay, I must have to dial it back. And this man can move the brush.
4, 5.
So I'm going to throw it lighter, but because I'm going to jump up and sweep it. I know it's also on me to make the shot with my brush.
I know, that's the interesting part with mixed doubles, when you're sweeping your own stones.
Yeah, we're working hard.
Are you sweeping even harder because you're determined to get your own stone there, whereas normally in regulation curling, you're relying on your teammates.
Exactly. I'll make the adjustment myself throwing it, and then I will jump up and pound it.
Oh my goodness. This is looking heavy again.
Korea really needs this one around the tee line to reduce the damage, but it's not going to curl enough.
Still overthrowing.
So that is
A
2
cluster of rocks
on the
to throw
board
it to.
for sure, and it might even be lying 3. It's quite hard to tell that third shot whether it belongs to the U.S. or to Korea, but
Certainly a wee nudge on that yellow would
there
give
we
them a
go.
4.
Let's look closer, closer, closer.
I mean, even if you just
That
throw
looks
it
like
in,
red.
That does actually
It
from
does
here.
look like red. Red stones do belong to the U.S., so we think this is a draw for 4. It's certainly a draw for 3. What a great answer back after dropping a 3 end in the last for the Americans.
Back 8.
Yeah, when Korea played down the same
Back
path
8.
every single shot at that end and was heavy every single time.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Nose of the yellow.
Yeah, needs to curl. Needs to curl.
Oh, it'll curl.
The confidence of youth. It'll curl.
Oh,
Well, that removes all doubt, moving the yellow stone, so that's a count of 4 for Team
And they're all
USA.
behind the tee line. It's good.
Nice shot there from Sarah Anderson. Good read from Corey Dropkin after 3. It's the USA 10, Korea 3.
Great end by both sides.
Here's a look at the scoreboard. Unhappy reading for Korea, but if you're a fan of Team USA, that's looking pretty good. 10 on the board for Team USA.
Pretty quick.
Should be okay.
What
Not
a
gonna be as
start.
fast coming this way though.
So Anderson
Should be
slides
there.
across the big screen, and now we see at ice
Mine's
level.
good.
Top 8.
Yep. Keep
Top
it going.
12.
Keep it going. You got it. Yep. Go, 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 go. As far as you can bring it. Yep.
It's good.
Good stone there from Sarah. Would have liked it maybe into the 4-foot, but it's down the path the Americans want.
certainly more usable there than it is past it, so erred on the correct side.
Yeah, we weren't so happy seeing all those stones sliding past the tee line the last end, were we, Rona?
No.
Keep your stones in front of the tee line early in the end and can make them usable. And this one's in front of the tee line, but it's well short of the rings.
Yeah, overcorrected a wee bit too much there.
Let's take another look at Norway, Canada. Norway with a 3-0 lead. Canada coming into this game unbeaten. There's Laura Walker.
It was pretty
Last
nice.
stone of the end.
Just line. We're
Hold
pretty
it.
close.
Not curling yet.
Yeah, just line.
We need the red.
Canada line 1 at the moment. It's a shot for 2.
And this one, though, is tracking wide
Line. Straight.
and a
straight,
little bit heavy.
straight.
Wow, it goes
Wait,
past,
good.
and it's
Whoa,
only a
whoa,
single point
whoa.
for the Canadians. So it's 3-1 for Norway. Japan, China. Japan with a 2-point end in the first, and they are lying too here. Final stone for
路线没问题啊，去把力量。
Jiang Yulun.
路线没问题，顶线。好。
来慢。
好。慢点来，你压抑一下。慢点，慢点下线，慢点下线，下线。
Got a bit of backing there, and that looks mighty good. Ooh,
差点
came up to stop pretty quickly. Did they score?
OK， 好球。
Yes, they did. Single point for China. That was close. 2-1.
到。
And leading it.
看呢。
So a nice draw in there for Korea to the top of the 4-foot.
I think the draw is easier.
And my first and third shot.
All the stones in the rings well protected
Whatever you
by the
want.
guard.
I kind of like the tap.
Okay.
Tap
If
in
it hangs
that
out,
top
we
red
could play around it.
and the 8-foot.
I agree. I think that's the call.
Where are you aiming?
Is
Edge.
certainly the easier option here for Corey Dropkin.
Unless you like playing around it.
Bench. Lee
Play
Haiying.
around.
I think it's 7, 6.
Okay.
Keep it straight. Keep it straight.
Slowing down this track.
7-6 is just an indication of
Keep it straight.
where she thinks the weight
Yeah.
is.
Yep. Curl. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Sweepers all use zones.
That's not
And the
bad.
line
not
was
bad.
great. It was just the weight.
I really
That's where
like
I'm
the
sweeping
sweeping
curl, huh?
technique that the Americans use, Rona,
I
and
think I
I'll
felt
tell
that
you
when I
why.
was sweeping for it to curl versus straight.
Lots of other teams, when they're throwing draw shots, the thrower jumps up to sweep it. For the Americans, when Corey's throwing a draw, Sarah is always with him when he's throwing the draw. She's getting a read on the stopwatch. She's getting a judgment of the weight. And when they transition for Corey to take on the brushing, Sarah's able to communicate to Corey exactly what the weight is. And that's great input to have.
It is, absolutely. They're very, very good at communicating weights and splits all the time. And Korea have just come up short there. So just over adjusting from that last end where they so many wasted stones that were on the heavy side.
Where are you aiming?
But they are lying short in there.
Do you like middle of 8-foot?
They're needing to score more than one.
Yep.
Yeah, they can never move their own stone at the top of the 4-foot. They only have to bump it a few inches to line
Yeah,
2.
timeout.
They're going to look for technical timeout. The handle on the rock is loose, so they're asking for the time clock to be stopped while they do a little bit of rock maintenance. There you
rock.
see.
Someone.
You kind of want to have the magic key, so the ice technicians are going to be called onto the ice surface to do a little maintenance on that rock. The way the handles are attached to the stone, there's a
This
little
won't tighten.
Yeah.
core of that granite
I think
where there's a
middle of 8 with normal weight should
long bolt
be pretty close, you think?
that attaches the handle to the rock,
Yeah,
and that bolt
I
has
agree.
come loose.
Just throw it clean, you know, trust the ice.
It's a little break in the rhythm,
This
but
won't tighten, won't screw in.
the good teams, they cope well with these types of things, Rona. It's a little
Sorry?
unnatural, but you just have to kind of
Oh,
deal with
great,
it. That's
thank
kind
you.
of the way it works sometimes.
Yeah. There's no coach timeouts for them this week. They can speak to their coaches at the end of an end, but they can't call a coach timeout, but they are still allowed technical timeouts if there are issues with the stones or any of the equipment on the ice.
Yeah, refocus, like don't let this.
And
Yeah.
just let some
Delay
refocus
doing
as
it,
well. As you said, Corey has been sweeping pretty hard the last few stones, so he'll be
It's a
quite
welcome
happy.
breather.
Yes. Oh, here's Mark
Howdy.
Callan.
Okay, the man with the magic key.
Good.
There we go for all you budding ice technicians
Broke it.
out there. Here's how you tighten a curling rock.
Beauty. Thank you.
Thank you.
Give one of these to every team to keep in their brush.
Okay.
Exactly. It's kind of like going to an IKEA store. put it together. Nice shot.
Okay, you
Spun
got
it right
this.
to the hack.
Let's make it.
That's a practiced ice technician.
Better than his full length shots. Don't tell him I said that.
I think you just did. Corey Dropkin. The ice technicians are really the behind-the-scenes heroes of events like this. Doing all the hard work, preparing the ice surface for the athletes, and they really appreciate it.
Whoa!
So trying to tap this time, a bit heavier. Ah,
Good.
perfect.
That works. Great shot.
Left it guarded as well.
That's a beauty. So Corey Dropkin maintaining the focus after the rock tweak. Makes a great shot.
And he aired on the right side.
Have a look at Sweden, Russia. There are a bunch of Russian stones in the forefoot. Last stone on its way. There is a path to the button for Therese Vestman, but Robin Alberg is backing off this one. Now he's making a move. Taking it past the stone at the back. Oh, that's heavy. That's a bad break for Sweden. And that looks like a steal of 3 for Russia. Just wait for the confirmation on the score. Happy with that last draw, so Russia with a 6-2 lead in that one.
Alltså det var 50 med aktivt.
So Korea just really trying to draw the shot here. Just a wee bit heavy. Lies second and third.
Not a bad attempt, but
It's now really giving the advantage to USA if they can come off the inside of that.
I don't see how they score if we draw down to it.
It'll be very difficult for Korea to get in there.
Be a good one here.
I just heard Corey say it's hard to see how they score if we draw down to the back
I mean, you can even put up a guard and we'll be fine.
I wonder if you're Korea looking ahead, if you wouldn't try the double takeout on the 2 red stones across the top and maybe get your 2 that way if Sarah did wind up throwing it
into
short.
the 12, you think?
Yeah, perfect. Really nice, Sarah.
Corey likes it.
How's line?
Line's fine. Where is it?
Top 4.
Yep. Yep. Line's good. Line's good. Hard. Hard, Corey. Go, 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 go.
Keeping this one really hard to try and bring it right into that one.
Ah, sorry, Sarah.
Oh,
Shoot.
Oh, just needed to go another centimeter.
I don't know if we got second.
Yeah, it's close.
Darn. Really good, though. That's the job.
Yeah.
yeah, they said they were happy if it was slightly shorter, but when it's that close, you just wish you had taken it right in.
Absolutely. Here's Corey Dropkin.
Yeah.
Plays in a men's team as well, but I'll tell you what, mixed doubles curling. He is sweeping pretty much every stone. Sweeps his own stones,
From overhead, it looked off
sweeps
from
Sarah's stones.
my...
5 rocks coast to coast. And he's quite happy to do it as well.
Absolutely.
They use sweeping as a weapon.
And he's
working
very,
hard.
very good at it.
Yes.
And that's a skill to be able to get your heart rate back down before you throw a stone after you've been sweeping that hard.
Yeah, it's like biathlon. You have to go really hard physically and then calm yourself down.
Yes. But then there's a weapon involved in that.
Well, Corey uses
Oh,
the brush
no.
as a weapon, and
Oh, no. Korea have just tapped them in for 2.
they have the USA steal 2 points. So the struggles continue for Korea, but the USA continue to have a glorious run after the first half of the game. 2 points for the USA, and that takes the lead to 12-3 at the fourth end break.
Oh, it's fourth and break.
Yeah. Good first half.
Yeah.
Good girl.
First end of play, USA playing the Redstones line 5. Chance for Sarah Anderson to convert a perfect 6-point end. What a start for Team USA if she can make it.
Atta girl. Nice shot.
And she makes it perfectly. Maximum 6-point end for Team USA.
I'll set him up.
Thanks.
In the second end, Korea using their power play, and it works out well for them. Final stone coming at you. Jang Hairi needs to draw the house to score 3, and she makes it. Korea bounces right back. It's 6-3 after 2. Big cluster of rocks behind the tee line. Sarah Anderson with a chance to draw.
One screw in. Yeah, it's loose.
Like as soon as you went to do the out turn, the handle would just move and not the rock.
A couple we got
어쩌다 한번 딱
down.
맞았어. 이 맞은 거를 기억하고 해봐야 할 거 아니야. 웨이트. 왜 점점 가면서 우리는 웨이트를 못 맞출까? 지금 이런 데서 4핸드까지 했는데도 그 전에 우리 3경기를 했는데도 프리즈만 하면은 우리가 분명히 좋은, 그러니까 뭐지? 대량을 줄 상황은 아닌데 그게 안 돼.
So here are the stats at the halfway point. And they do favor Team USA, particularly in draw accuracy, with a big statistical edge over Korea. And the scoreboard tells the story. That 6-point end maximum in the first for the US got them to an amazing start. Came back with a 4 in the third, but the only things missing on the scoreboard now are a 5 and a 1. And at midway point, USA in command, up 12-3.
Straight. Corey. Yes.
I'll set him up.
Thanks.
And stones are set in place for the fifth end here at the Curling World Cup. Suzhou, China.
Okay.
Curling World Cup is a brand new event. It's a 4-leg international series. The top-ranked curling nations in the men's, women's, and mixed doubles disciplines have been invited to send teams to the Curling World Cup. The winning teams here, they will clinch their place in the grand final, which will be in Beijing, China next May.
Back 4.
There's not only national pride on the line, but there's also prize money on the line.
Straight, yep. Hard, Corey, for line.
Every win earns the teams not only points, but some prize money.
Hard, yep.
Atta girl, good shot.
And
Good,
it's a
fine
terrific
call.
format.
Thanks.
We've
Good
got some
communication on the
innovative
way down
rules
there,
for
you
Curling
know.
World Cup, like end-based timing and sudden death shootouts. And from talking to some of the players and the coaches, Rona, they seem to really be enjoying it. It's a new event. It's got some innovations and some wrinkles, and for the most part, everybody seems to be really enjoying it so far.
Everybody's loving the whole new concept, especially 3 different disciplines all playing in the same competition. The new rules, as you say, it's all exciting, it's innovative for the sport, and it's good for television.
Yes, we're enjoying it, that's for sure. In this game, mixed doubles curling, the thing I love about mixed doubles is the unpredictable nature of it. You can get lead changes, you can get big ends out of nothing, and this game's a great example of that.
And the fact you can even swap positions after an end
Top 4.
amongst yourself, you
Stop
know,
it.
it's great that you've got
Okay, line's good.
flexibility
Line's
in your own team.
Yes.
Over curling a bit.
Okay, we'll get high.
You can't do that
It's good.
Nice throw,
true,
Corey.
and
four-person curling. You're
Yeah, team curling, you substitute, you're out of the game.
absolutely. Skip says, not having a good day today, I'll play lead in the next end.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some teams, probably mine, that would wish they could do that.
I know, it is really exciting. Just as well, the pace of the mixed doubles, as you say, the momentum swings are incredible per end. Never mind.
Almost per shot.
Yes. You're just trying to open things up here to make sure they can get into these stones in the forefoot.
8 end games, the teams
think
do
I
have
need
to
to
play a
take any last
maximum of
ice or no?
6.
I think you need more ice.
What?
More ice.
Then
I've
the
only
edge?
seen a couple of sudden death
Really?
shootouts, and
Okay.
it's not just win-loss record that gets you to the final on Sunday here in Suzhou, but it's World Cup points. And if you win the game in regulation, you get 3 points. But if the scores are tied and it goes to a sudden death shootout, the winning team of the shootout only gets 2 points for the win. So those ranking points are really important, not just for the final here, but they accumulate
Close.
towards the grand final in
No, I don't
Beijing.
think so.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
I just softed it, Sarah. Sorry.
Sit.
It's not.
Stone slightly over curls.
It's not gross.
It's not gross.
What do you think he's doing?
Pretty gross. Well, I was aiming
I
just
love
outside,
Corey's
but I kind of
commentary.
softed it at the end.
That's great.
Yeah. Poorly. I think we
He says it as it is.
He certainly does.
The guard is a wee bit longer, so it does give Korea the opportunity to come round. Just a canny tap back weight to get that one off the top of the forefoot. They're not taking a lot of ice, but they want to err on the correct side here. If they're not going to take that one off the top of the 4, they want to make sure they split the guard over. They don't want to flash past everything.
Let's see if Choi Chi-won can control that gentle bump weight.
Hi, yeah!
You can usually tell by the tone of the sweeping call where the line is, and it does wreck on the front, but as Rona pointed out, it does at least open up a pass into the shooting
All
area.
right, make this one a little better.
Yeah, you got this, Corey.
USA are very good as well at encouraging each other.
Let's look at Russia, Sweden.
Okay, it's a little
Give her a
heavier.
little more.
Yeah, 3-4. Okay,
Line.
lots of room. Stay
The
close.
Russian pair of Maria
Fighting, stop
Komarova
12.
Whoa. Go ahead. Yep.
Daniil
Curl
Garachev.
it. Curl it. Yep. Yep.
look to be having a very good game here this morning. Another tough shot for Sweden.
Linje, linje.
A lot better.
Linje.
Trying to tap that stone in the front forefoot, but it's going to slide just deep.
Yeah.
One
Yeah,
for
one for
sure.
sure.
Good throw.
Tessan, kolla om du vill mäta de där två.
Taking a look at it, we'll just wait for the official to confirm the score. Might be a measure.
Vilken tror du
We'll
då?
come back to that.
Gula.
Vilken bana var det som var ojämn?
Men vi kör. Measure.
They are going to measure. We'll come back to that and let you know what the final score in that end was.
So Corey's played a really good centre guard. Korea now trying to run it back into the ones on the forefoot to open things up. Doesn't remove anything from the house, but does open the guard.
It does. Hayari having to dance her way out of the path of the incoming rock.
3-4. 2-3, 3-4.
Another impressive performance from this USA mixed doubles pair. They were unbeaten coming into this double round robin. All the teams have played 3 games.
Halfway.
And they're in command here.
Halfway.
Yep.
A win here won't clinch a place in the
Yep.
final,
Curl,
but
curl.
that'll take them close. Let's look
Curl.
in at Norway, Canada.
Yep.
Norwegian
Hard.
stone on the button.
Hard.
Norway leading at 4-1.
Yep, 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 yep.
Laura Walker.
Whoa, whoa,
Nice shot.
A little heavy with her draw attempt in the previous end.
whoa. Whoa. Really good.
Trying to pick off the Norwegian stone just wide of it. And it is another steal for Norway. So Norway goes out to a 5-1 lead. Canada unbeaten coming into this draw. Are they facing their first loss?
So, still missing everything wide on that side.
Laura Walker beating herself up a little bit. They certainly got the wherewithal to make a comeback in that game, but that Norwegian team, Skaslien and Rolbag, they're very good.
먼저 가야 돼. 라인 그대로 가야 돼. 오. 와, 까죠.
Not laying a brush to this one. It's going to be sliding deep. They're looking for it on the tee line, but it goes to the back of the 12-foot circle. And it is a 2-point end. The struggles continue for Team Korea. Coach can only watch. It's another steal. Another pair for Team USA, and they're up 14-3 after 5.
몇 나왔는데?
1. I don't think so.
Yeah, you're right. It's light.
Sarah Anderson goes, yep, it's light.
Lots
We're
of
in the
room.
6th end of this mixed doubles game
Where
at
is
the
it?
Curling
Top
World Cup.
8.
Lots of room. Lots of room.
Hans Brownlove here with you, joined by Olympic champion Rona Howie.
Yep. Yep. Go, 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 go. Keep it
Team USA continues to roll along.
I want to
Rona.
leave it. Let me leave it. Whoa, whoa.
Certainly
Leave it a
do.
little open. Wasn't
And the
gonna get it
difference
there.
is, you know, their control of draw weight.
Okay, pick me up here.
They're controlling the top of that 4-foot area most ends, and that's the difference. Korea just haven't been able to find that draw weight today.
그대로 가야 될 것 같은데?
Choichi won. On the brush.
엄마야, 미안해.
This one's going to come up just a couple feet short of the ring, so their struggles finding draw weight continue.
Corey and Sarah are such a good pair in mixed doubles. You see how well they work, how well they support each other. You know, the communication with the line, the weight, everything. Really is impressive how they play as a pair.
13-5.
Yeah, the contrast is pretty stark. Corey and Sarah are continually conversing with each other while the shot's in motion. We don't hear near as much chat between Hyori and
Didn't get
Chiwon.
what you mad. I got it.
Stop there.
Wow.
So that one's come up way short.
Yes, it has.
15-1.
It is possible the ice conditions are changing, although we just heard Sarah say 15-1, which is a split time on a stopwatch.
So she's fed
Was a
that
bit light.
straight back to Corey,
Yeah.
so he knows, you know, it might not be the ice changing, it's actually he's thrown it lighter than he
Yes.
thought.
There's Corey.
But he's been working very hard today, so his heart rate's certainly
Wait, come on.
up at the moment.
He certainly has. For all you
Line them up.
라인 좋아, 그대로 와야 돼.
fans at home that think curling is a non-athletic sport, come out and give mixed doubles curling a try and try to keep up with Corey Dropkin. Clips the front.
나오면 괜찮아.
And it's being able to maintain that for 8 ends
Yeah.
and still have that, you know, delicate shot to play when you get to the 8th end. If you've got to draw that button,
You got this. Here you go.
it's being able to get the heart rate down, being able to be ready to play.
Maybe 12.
Yeah, just outside.
Fitness is a huge part of this game.
Sure is. Well, on that scoreboard was a 6 on it, a 4, a couple of 2s.
Think it's all there.
3, we just haven't had a 5
Haven't
yet.
had a 5.
Yep.
See, it's gonna slow down.
Yep,
Or
yep,
one.
yep, yep, yep.
Or 1, yes. Scoring in bunches here
Yep.
this morning.
Straight.
It's never all there.
Just
always
looking to
slowing
tap
down.
up the red into the 4-foot.
My goodness.
Just a wee bit light.
Here's a look at the rules. We're playing 8 ends. They play a minimum of 6. Tie breaks are with a shootout, single stone shootout. Each team has a power play, no timeouts, and it's end-based timing.
So we've got 3 minutes to play the end in the second half of the game. 2 minutes 50.
There are no timeouts, so that means the coaches can't come on the ice, but the players are free to talk with their coaches between ends, and that's another innovation here for Curling World Cup. So lots of chances for coach input, but they can't stop the clock and run onto the ice.
웨이트만 라인 그대로 와야 돼.
Okay, 좋아.
라인 그대로 와야 돼. 라인 그대로 와.
Maybe quite good as a player if you've not played a good shot.
와야 돼야.
You don't want to speak to the coach anyway, so you can walk up the other end and just leave them sitting on the bench.
Well, we'll come back to that later. We'll file that away. You can run, but you can't hide.
Yes.
나오면 다시.
Here.
Here, just caught that top one there.
There's the coaching bench. We're getting a little bit of input from the head ice technician, Hans Witters.
Where are you aiming on this?
That was
Sorry?
something
Where are you
learning.
aiming?
The ice technicians
Just
are
outside
among the
of
most
the rock.
popular people
I
on the
think it's a
coach's
little bit
bench.
more.
I'm throwing peel.
Always looking
I know,
for
I
input
think
on
it's
what the
more.
ice is doing. And the ice techs, they're looking for that input. They want to know
Definitely,
what
they
the
want to
players
know
are seeing and feeling out there.
how the ice is running. Is it staying consistent throughout the 8 ends? Is it changing as games are going on? because they like to know.
There's Corey dropping.
Whoa! 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 Right.
Big weight. Oh, just feathers the Korean stone. So that extra weight. Corey hasn't thrown very many big weight hits in this game, and we've seen that through the tournament. If you really up the weight, and if it's just even a fraction full, it will just run. And that one goes by.
Corey's just gone off the boil a wee bit at this end. Made a few errors, one after the other. It is hard when you score lines the way it is.
Yeah, you're in control of the game. You're trying to maintain your focus. In the men's event, we've seen the Canadian team with Kevin Cooey doing a really excellent job of really staying in the moment all the time, even when they've had command of games. Really focused on every shot, which is a real sporting cliche, but it's so true. And Corey just struggling a little bit here, but no real danger on the scoreboard, but he'll be disappointed.
와우, 라인 많이 름. 많이 름. 많이 름. 얍. 웨이트.
A win here for Team USA would move them to 4-0 in the double round robin. It's a little bit early. It's a new format here, so it's hard to say what the record is going to be. Whether you're going to have to go unbeaten in the double round robin because only the pool winner goes to the final, or whether you might be able to get away with losing a game and still go through. Obviously, the best case scenario is you don't lose against anybody, you're going to the final. And that's the situation that Team USA is in right now. They're unbeaten. Team Korea winless so far. But they've run into a very hot Team USA. There's Sarah Anderson.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa.
Oh, unfortunately, just locks it.
That's the second double takeout jam of the game for Sarah Anderson. Pretty good shot, but Korea now with a chance to draw for a pair.
Didn't curl.
Sorry.
Nice try. Better than mine.
Corey said it was better than mine.
Yeah, she made contact.
She did.
He just feathered. It is just back button, that yellow. If Korea can swing another one round to the top of the 4 foot.
Yeah, just need to get a piece of that four to
I mean, I'd rather
cash in a
hit
pair.
on the outside than wreck on a guard, you know.
Yeah, I just don't think there's, yeah.
라인 그대로 가야 돼.
Draw is there for 2.
라인 름. 라인 그대로 가야 돼, 수아나. 그대로 가야 돼.
On it early. Both sweeping this as far as they can. Need to bite the 4 foot. Oh, just over curling, a bit light.
And a couple feet short, so it's a single point for Team Korea. That takes the score to 14-4.
Okay.
It helps
You want
fill
hard?
out our scorecard on the
Yeah.
scoreboard. And that's
What side?
one of the ones we were missing.
You like the outside side? Outside? Right side?
Yeah, yeah. Let's do that side.
Teams are discussing. USA with a 10-point lead of 2 to
Oy,
play.
oy. Yikes.
사이드라서.
Korea does have the option to concede the game if they wanted to, but it looks to me like they want to keep playing.
Done it yet, have we? We haven't done an offensive one.
Yeah, I guess not. I don't think this will be either, though. I think
Now
this will be a
here's the
defensive one.
opportunity to talk
We're
about
power
the coach
play this
input.
side.
Oh. Need to make some more.
Coach Phil Dominic saying, well, if we're going to keep playing, there's a power play.
Yep, we're going to play on.
Yep.
라인 그대로 가야 돼.
물.
야, 타이트야, 야. 웨이스트. 와.
Jang Hairi gets it underway in the 7th end. After a bit of discussion, Korea says, let's keep playing. You heard Sarah Anderson talking with Coach Phil Drobnik, and Coach said, well, we haven't tried an offensive power play. So this is an opportunity here for Team USA with the hammer to use the power play, which they've done. So USA says, if we're going to keep playing, let's use this as an opportunity to try something. They're going to try.
Looks heavy.
Back four right
Put the game
now.
away with a power play.
Trying to come down.
Line's good.
Trying to come down. Come on, love. Sit.
Sit.
Come on, baby.
Corey
Shut
having a
up.
deep and
That's good,
meaningful
Sarah.
conversation with The Rock.
How'd it
Great
go?
shot there from Sarah.
Good
Oh,
start.
curl a ton.
Choi Chi-won.
웨이스만. 라인 그대로 와야 돼.
왜 좋아?
라인 그대로 와. 타이트야, 야.
맞춰야 돼.
야. 얍.
Just a bit light with that one, and it overcurled and
오늘 라인 할게요.
nudges the guard.
왜 이렇게 많이 들어?
So USA in a good position here at this end so far.
Yes, they are.
This is the straighter
Talked
side,
about
so
this
I don't
curling
think
World
it's gonna
Cup, a
curl
new
a full
event.
ton.
It's a 4-leg international
Measure up.
series.
Yeah, I'll make
Speaking
sure
of
if
the
anything
USA,
we're
the next
hitting
stop
thin.
for curling World Cup
Might give a
will
little
be
more
in
than
the
this,
USA.
in case.
Okay.
It'll be in Omaha, Nebraska in December. And in another innovation, the member associations get invited to select teams, and they can select different combinations for
Close.
every stop on Curling World Cup.
Whoa. Close. Yep. Whoa. Roll it.
Oh, look
what
at
a shot.
that. Great
Good.
shot by Corey Dropkin.
Well, that's better than a flash.
Yeah, it certainly is. Slightly better than a flash. Double take out. Spill it up behind the corner
Thanks,
guard.
guys.
Leave yourself
Thanks,
lying
guys.
3. Waving to
Yeah,
the
about
crowd.
time.
There's a
Thanks.
smile. Look at this. Bing, bang, bong.
Great shot there.
Great shot.
And it stays at top tee as well.
Yeah.
Doesn't give Korea anything to freeze on.
라인 그대로 와야 돼.
Overlap the
타이트야.
corner guard. Brilliant.
타이트야. 헤비.
어, 이렇게 많아.
And I think that's the exciting thing about the World Cup, that, you know, a country can send the same team to it all, every event, or they can have a different team every single time, which is great.
Sure is. Stone coming to rest.
Right here.
Top 8 foot, not a bad
Okay.
spot, but
Wanna
USA
hit right
still
here.
with
Okay.
lots going on here with the power play.
I'm going to throw the out.
Here's the comparison. Big statistical edge to Corey Dropkin. Especially on the draws, that tells the story.
Close. Whoa. 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 Curl, baby. Come on. Yikes.
Ah, unlucky.
That is unlucky. Jammed it straight back.
It's okay though. At least theirs is at the top to raise.
That's true. Even play a little in-off jump shot off the stones on the left of our picture if they had to. Just mentioning the U.S. curling program, they've nominated their teams for the Omaha stop. The men's team in Omaha will be Team John Schuster, the Olympic gold medal team. The women's team will be Jamie Sinclair, and their mixed doubles pair for the Omaha stop will be Joe Polo and Tad Peterson. So, U.S. electing to
웨이스만.
nominate
라인 그대로
different
와야
teams in
돼.
every discipline for the next stop, the Curling World Cup.
타이트야. 그대로 와. 와. 라인 그대로 와야
And
돼.
it's great for the member associations to have, be able to have that depth in their country,
Yeah.
to be able to send different teams
That's
and
true.
get that experience.
Yeah, in the case of Team USA, teams of very high quality, no doubt about it.
넷.
Fairly
yellow
good
that's
guard
gonna
there
stick
from
right
Korea,
around here.
preventing
That's
that
fine.
raise. USA will just look at
Really, just a
using
hair
that
off
yellow
nose.
guard.
Just an inch off nose.
Okay, Sarah Anderson saying, yeah, Corey, you can make the double raise. You can run yellow onto red onto yellow, no problem.
If I just straight peel it too, it's not
Just
bad.
don't be too clever and put yellow onto red and bypass the yellow
Yeah,
and
exactly
leave
right.
2 yellows.
Exactly right. You could hear Corey say, it's fine if I peel it too. And that's exactly right. Well, I guess that's the confidence of a 10-point
Queen.
lead. When you're feeling like
Queen.
you're on a roll, you
Queen.
feel like you can make anything.
That's fine.
Clears it. Nice shot.
Yeah, this will do nicely.
Third stop of Curling World Cup will be in Jönköping in Sweden. End of January. And the grand final,
Yeah.
which in the final leg, the prize money is doubled, and Sarah Anderson with a big edge stat-wise in this game. Prize money is doubled in the final round, so more on the line. That'll be in Beijing, and Beijing, of course, is the venue for the next Winter Olympic Games.
사이드로.
여기로. 키 뒤도 좋아. 이번만 되면 돼.
The winners from every discipline in this event, Rona, go straight to the grand final. They qualify in their place. So lots on the line here in Suzhou.
라인 그대로 가.
Yep, still very early on in the season. A lot of teams haven't played many competitive games coming into this. Oh dear, Korea have, we're trying to draw July 2.
See that thing? It doesn't move
Unfortunately,
here.
they've come up short and really guarded
Not
nothing.
much.
This
I
is
think
a
if you throw it
situation
nose
where
and I sweep it, it's going to stay straight.
Sarah Anderson
If it
wants to
overcurls the hair,
jam
you're
this
still
time.
fine.
She wants to run the red back on the
It's going to
yellow.
ricochet off the red.
After
So,
jamming a couple
throw
of
it
double
nose.
takeout attempts, she really wants to stuff this one red onto yellow. If she makes, game will be over. The USA will run Korea mathematically out of rocks.
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Good.
And there it
Great
is.
shot.
Yet again, Sarah Anderson with a terrific
Sarah.
stone.
Nice.
USA scores 4, and that is the game. Wow, what another great performance from Team USA. Sarah Anderson,
Game.
Corey Dropkin
Good shot,
with a
partner.
massive 18-3
us to bring 'em back?
win over Korea.
Yeah?
That takes their record to 4-0.
Bring it back this way.
Korea,
Do you
they
need a
were in
signature?
tough, but
Yeah.
the Americans were dominant.
All right. On to China.
Let's do it.
Mixed doubles, Norway against Canada. Norway with an 8-4 lead. Canada in danger of losing their first game. We're shifting our focus now to Norway, Canada. Ordinarily, you'd say an upset in the making. But Norway with an 8-4 lead over Canada. This is half of the Olympic bronze medalist in mixed doubles curling, so I'm going to call it an upset. This Norwegian team very strong. Canada coming into this round unbeaten, and they're in danger of losing their first one here at Curling World Cup. Kristen Skaslian, Sandra Rolberg, the Norwegian pair. Norway with a huge 3 in the 7th, giving them a 4-point lead coming home. Here's a look at the Suzhou Olympic Sports Center. It's a brand new facility. And this is the first event of any sport to be held in this beautiful new arena. Kirk Myers on the brush. Laura Walker looking to freeze the stone at the back of the button. It's a very nice shot. Kristen Skaslian's usual mixed doubles teammate is Magnus Nedregotten, but Magnus is playing in this event in the Norwegian men's team of Stefan Wallstad. So for this event, her teammate is Sandra Rolberg.
Nesten han døde for å litt lenger ut.
That's a pretty good shot from Rolberg. Sitting it right in front of the Canadian stone on the button. Remember, Canada needs 4 to tie. Kirk Myers.
Line's good. Line's great. Yep.
Wait, it's pretty close. Just gotta go. I'd like to go here.
Okay, go ahead. Line's fine. Yep. Yep. Hard. Hard. Whoa. Whoa.
Taps the Norwegian stone on top of the Canadian stone. Rolberg looking on.
Vi skal ha 4 uten guard. Det blir vanskelig.
Yeah, Rolberg saying they need 4. Let's just throw a guard. Sander doing the math. So this is looking pretty good right now. Well, they're actually going to clear the guard. Thought they might be throwing another guard, but they just say, let's clear the guard.
They're feeling this, so.
I hope they try something here, almost, you know what I mean?
I just wonder if we come in and just move everything around again and just keep some mailbox in the house.
Laura Walker knowing they have to accumulate stones, and Sandra Rolberg knowing they need to eliminate them. Trying to clear the front. That's the danger stone for Norway. That's a nice shot there from Sandra Rolberg. He's been working hard.
My theory.
What if we put another one right here?
I'm just worried about bunching them. Like if I'm here or here.
Yeah,
like
yeah, you have to be right on the nose.
Which, as long as we're in the house, and then they miss this.
Even here.
There are 3 Canadian
I see your
stones
point,
in
though,
the
if
rings.
And then
like
they
this
hit
is
it
a
and they
usable
may
rock,
nose it.
right?
And we can come off. If they try this, it might go bad.
Yeah?
Know how to make that? I don't know.
It's too late to guard. We need 4, so.
My gut is there and see what happens.
Yeah, I think
Just
we
get
know
one in the
that
house.
spot. Yep.
No, they got to score 4. In this situation, normally you'd like to throw a front stone, but can't really afford it. So Kirk Myers saying, well, let's throw one in the rings. They know they're going to need a miss from the Norwegians. Question is, where do you put it to try and make that miss happen?
Line's good. Line's good. Make sure. Line's good.
Big effort on the brush from Kirk Myers. He knows he needs this stone in the rings. Gets it on the rings. So Canada has their 4 points in the rings that they need to tie the game. Problem is, the 2 Norwegian stones that are welded in there.
Halvtreff. Den ryker, bakse ryker.
Okay.
Så lenge jeg treffer den, så ryker den bakerste, da. Så ryker 1 uansett.
Og da ligger de med 3 i huset, og...
Ja, så du må treffe en open take, mest sannsynlig.
Ja.
Some calculations here for the Norwegians. You can hammer the front of the pile, unlock the stone at the back, and get rid of one of the Canadian rocks. But in doing that, maybe you unlock the backing that you wish you had later on. So, big decision here.
Ja.
This end setting up very, very interesting. Big weight from Rolvag. He's trying to rattle him around. As he got contact. Catches it thin. 2 Canadian stones go. Nice shot. Good stone there from Sander Rolvag. Remember, Canada needs 4 to tie, and they have 2 stones to come. That means they both need to score. So at this point, Sander, put your phone down. Oh, goodness. 2 stones go. Nice shot by Rolvag. Kirk Myers.
Line's good.
Weight's pretty close.
Little for line if you can. Line's okay.
Does using
Keep
a
a broom
phone
down though.
during
If
the
anything,
game
I think you're over
count
curling.
as a
Yep.
coach
Yep.
input?
Weight's pretty close.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
you're getting coaching
Really
input
moving.
from
Yep, yep,
afar.
yep, yep, yep.
You have
He's
to resort
asking
to
a
your
friend.
phone. Phone a friend?
Yes. Help. Oh,
This
lovely
mixed
shot
doubles,
there.
that is a good shot. So, winning formula for Norway, eliminate a Canadian stone. Which one do you want to hit?
Jo, altså,
Og hvis jeg
flasher,
plukker
så er
der,
det
så...
der.
Ja.
I do think throwing at the stone on the center line is the play. You got 2 ways to make it. You can hit the yellow stone directly, or if you're a little bit wide and you go past the top one, you still angle the red onto the yellow and win the game that way. Give yourself options.
Yes. Definitely err on the correct side.
Kirk Myers, Laura Walker staring down the barrel of their first loss in this double round robin.
Yeah, body language tells a story there.
Kristen Skastien for the win.
So looking like she's erred on the correct side, but it is. Is it going to be red onto yellow? Yep, it is.
Plan B is a working plan, and it's a win for Norway. First loss for the Canadians and a big win for Norway. Kristen Skastli and Sander Rolvag defeat Canada's team of Kirk Myers and Laura Walker in mixed doubles curling by a final score of 8-5.
Åh, det er jo godt med seier nå. I dag blir det faktisk kake, for det
kake.
rakk ikke i går.
Super sub Sander.
gode, faktisk.
Off the bench, into the lineup. Great job. Bring our focus over into the women's event.
Keep out of there.
Scotland, Sweden.
Whoa. You're never going to get it. You were never going to get it. Okay.
Jag tror att vi kan göra
Vi ska
mer.
inte göra heller.
Nej, men vi ska bara dit.
Ja.
Jag spinner på den lite.
De har legat kvar, man bara ger dem
Yellow
liksom...
rocks belong to Sweden. They're line 1, so
Ja.
Draw for 2 coming up here for Olympic champion Anna Hasselborg.
Behöver vi bara till kant 8 så lyssna inte på oss, bara kör den för T-line så har vi. Ja. Vad har ni då? Ja.
Fin linje. Det som den går väldigt rakt.
Ni har en.
Helt er.
Helt er.
Har inte bryt
Kolla
än.
upp, kolla upp.
Har inte bryt än. Vi behöver hel 8.
Needs full 8-foot. Brushers are not laying a brush to it. This is a little heavy. How heavy?
Härligt, Anna. Bra.
Very nice.
Bra skott.
Into the back of the 8-foot to cash in the pair.
Grymt, Anna.
Nej, det är sant. Ja, sjukt.
That's a deuce for Sweden. That gives them a 5-3 lead after 6.
Ja, sorry på min första. Skulle vara mer is också.
Bra. Hörrni, ja.
Are you wanting double corners this time? Because it's kind of...
Gå rakt. Gå rakt. Gå väldigt rakt. Gå väldigt rakt. Gå rakt. Gå rakt.
Bak 4.
13-6. Härligt.
Bra. Bra.
Playing the 7th end here in the women's event at Curling World Cup. Suzhou. Tight game here between Scotland and Sweden. Anna Hasselborg with the pair in the 6th, giving them a 2-point edge. But her team Scotland in the huddle between ends. Talk about 2 corner guards, and Rona, that's where the 5 rock rule comes into play. You can really have a chance to get 2 corner guards set with the 5 rock free guards.
Yeah, second last end of the game, they need the 2 corners up and try and generate a couple of points at this end.
Yeah, release the Carl.
So there's the first corner guard.
Good, nice work.
That's a great spot.
Good shot from Lauren Gray.
Nice.
Rona, you mentioned that Eve Muirhead, this is Eve Muirhead's team, she's recovering from injury. With an event like this early in the season and Eve on the mend, how's the team coping with this?
Yeah, it's been hard for them when it's a new team lineup for this year with Jennifer Dodds coming in at 3rd. Lauren Gray still at lead and Vicky Adams, or Vicky Chalmers as now, as she got married. So it's been tough for them to come into the first event without their skip.
Right.
But they've worked hard over the summer. You know, they know that Eve will be back, but it's just the question is when. So they just need to get on with things. They've got Vicky Wright in as a 5th player to be on standby. So that's good that dynamic's there already. And Jennifer Dodds has been thrown into the skip position straight away. So
Level good. A little deeper.
if you're going to throw somebody in, throw them in at the deep end.
Good, Lauren. Good too.
But no, Jennifer's more than capable. She's skipped a lot previously in junior days, not so much in the ladies. She played for Hannah Fleming at the recent World Women's Championships.
There's Agnes Knockenhauer. Scotland does get 2 corner guards set. And here we see the 5 rock free guard zone rule coming into effect. Old 4 rock free guard zone. Agnes would be throwing a clearing shot right now, but she can't. So one more into the rings for Anna Hasselborg.
Vad fan gjorde hon? Tjoho!
A wee bit heavier than intended.
I wonder if she wasn't trying a little graze shot. Corner guard tick. Regardless, Scotland with the hammer here in 7th and 2 corner guards up, and now a chance to deal with the stones in the rings.
So now they've got the 2 corners in place. Great opportunity to get that roll.
Normal. Push. Yeah, up. Yep.
Right?
If he's in his
Hard.
5th player for the team.
Roll it. That works.
Beauty.
That's good.
Doesn't get the roll, but does remove both from play.
Jag tror vi vickar, låsa
Anna
corner.
Hasselborg always impresses me. This event we're using end-based timing, and that's an adjustment for a lot of teams, but Anna is always so decisive at the skipping position. Immediately thinks the shot, calls the shot, ready to play.
And that's what you want.
Whoa.
You know, as a team member, you want that decisiveness. You want
Rent. Whoa.
that leadership.
Helt upp.
Doesn't want to roll out here. Just give Scotland the opportunity to come round the guards now and use the cover that they've got out there.
It's all going to plan so far for Jennifer Dawes. 2 corners up, now a chance to use them.
Okay, line side. 8. Stay close. 8. Weight's good. Line over 8, 9. No for weight.
Okay.
No for weight.
Okay, stance count now.
No.
It needs to
Let's
stop.
have a look in at Japan versus China. Red stones belong to Japan. There's a lot of them. Line 5.
Hurry.
Hurry.
Size hard. Hard. Down here. Hard. Yes.
Jiang Yilin trying a double tap. Comes off the inside, squirts through the hole.
Okay.
Cuts down the damage, but it's still a steal of 2 for Satsuki Fujisawa. Japan leading that one 7-1.
太考验技术。我说你这球投的也太考验技术了。
There's an error from Team Sweden, and Sarah McManus really disappointed, trying to clear the guard, and she nosed
Lite
it.
mer, lite tight is också.
Yeah. Scotland had the chance to come round the guard, but we're heavy and through the house. And that's one of the ones when you are trying to set up a 2, even if you're short and give yourself a second corner guard, is better than being through the rings.
4, 5.
Vicky Chalmers.
Never off. Okay. Only for weight. Line's good. Yep. Back.
If you got married in the summer.
Back. Yep. Needs to bury. You can bring it back here. Keep it moving. Right back. Come on. Hard. You really swing it.
Trying to bury this as far behind the guard as they can.
13-8.
Probably a corner hidden, but
Vad tror du? Typ en 10?
should still be
Ja, det var
visible
det vi
for
spelade förut när jag
Ja.
klarade över.
Då
Sarah
låg
McManus.
den där. Vad tror du? Så.
Ja, det kallade ju mycket alltså.
Gillar du
Vi
det här?
spelade 11 då.
Gillade du det här?
Ja, det förra var 11.
Okej, spela 10,5 då kanske.
Ja.
just communicating the weight. You can only see a corner, so it's going to have to be hackish kind of weight for Sarah McManus. Can't throw full takeout weight. The harder you throw it, the less it curls.
Ja, nej. Wow.
Got to get tight to the guard. They're well by it. Have they got contact? Yes, they do.
Härligt Sara, fin sten.
Very nice shot.
I like ignoring it and trying to get one better.
T-line.
I'll give you.
The problem with the longer guard is you can always get round that to tap back. I wonder if it's better going round the guard that's closer to the rings.
Vicky Chalmers.
Definitely over here more.
Slightly higher line. Whoa. Take a look. Whoa. Just Vicky's. Whoa.
think you need to go to curl
Passes
it
the
back.
guard by a long way.
It's well by that
Really
guard.
hard, really hard, really hard, really hard. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
It's the back of the 8-foot.
Good.
It is shot.
Right, nice.
Way more positive. Mycket fart i 10 halva.
Right, Rona, that long guard. That was a great look.
11 så.
Nearly fully buried, so good result.
Men som sagt, man har råd att våga vara ett rak.
Ja.
It's definitely less of the rock available than Sarah McManus had.
Slutet än vad jag trodde.
Ja.
11. Tyckte det var mycket fart i Saras.
Scotland trailing by 2, but they've got the corner guards up. They're lying
Vad
1.
kickade hon? Ja. Det är helt okej ställe
Now a
då.
tricky shot here for Sweden's Anna Hasselborg.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa.
Well, word is whoa right away. She thinks she's a bit wide. Malberg's knocking her on the brush, is not laying a brush to it. This is gonna skate past the stone and it goes through.
10 håller det.
A little bit extra weight, tracks a little bit straight, a little bit wide, and now the door is open for Scotland.
I'll see what the girls think.
Åh herregud.
Yeah, I gave you, you were a wee bit high as well, so even just give me like a centimetre more is not bad.
Okay.
So interesting situation here, Rona. You've got a few options to where you could put this one. What do you think?
You need to be biting
It's
eight. You like
always
the
the
drawing
same
around
when it
the
comes to this situation.
Farten, tror jag.
If you follow that redstone down to try and come in and sit in the 8-foot to guard the way into that,
Yeah.
perfect.
Okay.
But if you go a fraction too far, you set up a double and you lose your opportunity of a 2. She could freeze the back yellow.
Yeah. She could hit the back yellow.
She could hit the back yellow, but
Come around the other corner guard. But she's electing to follow the path that she's seen a number of times in this end. Most recently by Vicky Chalmers.
so the key here really is to bury in the 8-foot and not be heavy.
How heavy? Let's get back here then.
Well, this one is going to slide heavy, unfortunately for Scotland. It's going to go deep. Will it
Genom,
stay
genom,
in the
genom.
rings? They need a piece of the rings, but no. Goes through the rings. Disappointment.
Was that 12?
Ja, jag håller med. Men det var fan... och de var 10-0.
Execution wasn't
Vit
good,
här, va?
but
Ja, så hade vi is.
I like the thinking. Anna Hasselborg just missing down that path, and so trying to get one.
But again, erring on the right side, even if she was short there,
Yeah.
it forced
Keeps the two
Anna to
alive.
make a harder draw,
Right.
whereas you've just left Anna the same shot as before. Thing is, Anna only needs to move this back a stone width, and she lies 2.
Right.
She doesn't have to remove it from
Tycker det verkar
play.
som att den värsta
Right.
curlen har gått
Even
ur.
sitting in front of the stone would be okay.
Glidare mot 10-7 om något.
Nej.
But after that miss, you know,
Vad sa du,
sometimes
Sara?
you make the adjustment and you're thinking, oh boy, I flashed the last one. You show it a little bit soft, a little bit light, and all of a sudden you're all over the guard.
Yes.
Don't wish any ill will on Anna Hasselborg, but she's just missed this shot, so let's see if she can make the adjustment.
Ren, japp. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ren, rent,
Yeah,
japp.
she's downed her weight a wee bit from the last one,
Ren, nej, 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 nej.
giving it the chance to
Nej, nej,
curl.
nej.
This is a better looking line for Hasselborg. Very nice.
Det är bra spelarna.
Forces Scotland to take one now.
Bra
Which is the
lirarna.
ideal position for Sweden.
Yeah, mission accomplished for Sweden, and the opportunity lost for Scotland. They had their deuce
Jaha.
looking likely,
Jaha.
but an execution error and a great shot here from Hasselborg, and they're going to have to take a 1.
Det är bra spelarna. Bra snack. Bra spel. Sorry,
Bra.
det var lite hetsigt. Jag
Nej,
ville
nej.
bara vara
Men det
med.
var,
Jag
en
tyckte den var
försiktig,
nice.
det var en försiktig sättning. Så att jag tycker ändå att det var...
Jag tyckte den var nice.
Jennifer Dodds
Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
electing to throw a hit rather than draw. These stones are in the back of the rings. There's a pocket to use, and Scotland does score 1. Sweden gets the force. Sweden will have last rock advantage coming home in a 5-4 lead.
Fan, nu är mitt läge som gillar att vara. Rätt upp.
Last game of action remaining here at the Curling World Cup in Suzhou, China. Hans Frown up here with you, and Olympic champion Rona Howie. Scotland versus Sweden in the women's event, Curling World Cup, 4-leg event.
Really nice touching,
Men's,
guys.
women's, and mixed doubles.
I saw your face, you're like, oh.
All in the one competition. It's terrific. Sweden with a 5-4 edge. 1 up with hammer coming home. 5 rock free guard zone. The lead rocks are critical. Here is Marbergs.
Whoa!
Sophie Marbergs, the Swedish lead.
Whoa! Up!
Trying to tick. Wants to move that stone off the center line.
Bra Frida.
Very nicely played.
Härligt det.
Bra. 1.
I think kind of halfway would be good.
Yep, Scotland just need to keep replacing guards. They need to go for the steal here. Not to force an extra end, but to go for a shootout.
Yes. No extra end games in Curling World Cup. In the Curling World Cup rules, if there is a tie, each team throws 1 draw to the button.
Halfway.
Closest
Or 1.
wins.
Okay, 1's good.
1 maybe just into 2.
Any of the players on the ice can throw that draw.
Nice.
Sorry, didn't get a time on it.
That's okay.
I know you would think, having just played a game, to have to draw the shot, the lead would be the one person that would have the most consistent draw weight. But who knows who they would select.
An interesting debate, I imagine, among the teams. Who would throw it in that situation?
Great tick there. Sophia Marberg certainly a master at that shot.
Yeah, that's so hard to do, and you're right. Sophia is really good at it. With the tick shot, it's really a team shot. Thrower has to throw it great. The line reader has to read it great. The sweepers have to communicate the weight. All has to come together to make a shot like that.
This one. Line's good. Line's not curling yet. Really hard. Come on, guys.
Keep persevering and putting the guards up and hope for an error from Sweden.
Hard, everyone, move it. Hard.
It's across that black hog line. Has to be completely across that line to be in play.
No.
Lots of separation between the guards. There's a smile. No problem. It was over all day. 3 guard zone. Part of the end is over, so Sweden can now clear.
Oh, lite bara. Bara rent.
Snockenhauer trying to move multiple stones. Just gets 1.
Bara för att det var där då.
Ja.
Bra. 6-8.
Yep.
Thank you.
We see the finals. We're looking at Japan versus China. Satsuki Fujisawa, Olympic bronze medalists, 7-2 win over China. One of the happier teams in curling.
Always smiling.
A wee bit further. Okay, well then. Higher's better, yeah.
Rona, psychologically, a big difference between being tied up coming home with last rock and being one up coming home with last rock, isn't there?
Giving less and less.
A little bit more room for error, but not a lot. Changes your mindset a little bit about how you set up the end. Let's look up all of our games. Canada suffering their first defeat in mixed doubles. Norway 8-5 winners. Russia 9-2 winners over Sweden. Japan 7-2 over China in the women's event. The game we're watching, Sweden leading Scotland 5-4, and USA 18-4 winners over Korea in mixed doubles.
But in regular curling, I think, you know, if you're one up with, even if you lost a one, you know you've got the extra end with a last on advantage. Whereas here, you want to win the game in the regulation 8 ends
very good point.
to get your extra point.
That's a very good point.
So I think the mindset's completely different in the last couple of ends here. Obviously in regular curling, you're still wanting to win the game in the regulating 10 ends, but you've always got that extra cushion.
Right.
Whereas here, no. You need to win.
You want to win in 8. It's an extra point.
Okay, just one. LG. Yeah, LG. LG. Get it across center if you can. Yeah, get it right across that center line. Whoa. Yep, leave it. Nice. Nice shot. Well set.
So let's take a look at how the points are earned. And the point you're making, Rona. 3 points for a win if you win in 8 ends, but if you have to go to a shootout and you win the game on the shootout, you only get 2 points.
Yeah, you're penalised.
Yeah.
For having gone through that extra pressure of having to draw the shot, you're penalised.
Yeah, that's right. Congratulations, you won the game. You get 1 less point. But I like it. Oh, look at this. Stones flying everywhere.
Scotland still have that guard that's close to the rings.
Yep.
To use.
Let's take another look. Hoping to double clear the reds, instead clears the yellow corner guard to the left of our picture. So the outturn side is open for Sweden, but Hasselborg saying, yeah, it works kind of.
Okay, hard early.
Chalmers. You're right, Rona. The danger rock for Sweden is that short guard just short of the rings. They're trying to use it now.
Yeah,
or
so
they're going to set one more.
They're going to put another high one out.
One more guard.
Keep that separation so it's hard for Sweden to remove the one close to the rings.
Plenty of separation. Very tough to make a double clear here. Sarah McManus is going to give it a try.
Right in. Whoa. In. That's not out.
Swedish Olympic champions are very consistent with the peeling game.
No double clear, but Sarah does clear the top guard.
I like here. Okay. Even if we short an edge, it's going to give us the line for the next one. Yeah,
so totally. This is the classic decision. One more guard. Did you go in now?
You go in now. Make the perfect shot now. They peel the guard and you guard it.
Same path
is the plan.
We give a touch more than Vic's
Someone
guard.
with an Olympic gold medal.
No,
I will listen to your advice and say, I agree, Rona Howie. And
I think getting
also
from is
has
a
an Olympic gold medal. Jennifer Dodds trying to get around the guard. Get a piece of the forefoot. Hope that's good enough for the win.
Yep. We almost.
Not the win, but put them into a shootout situation.
Yep. Needs to curl. Needs to curl. Hard. Needs to curl.
Looking high of line at the moment.
Keep it moving. Keep it moving.
Well by the guard, so it's sitting in the open. Weight was pretty good, but the line just needed to curl another foot.
You heard them say they'd taken a bit more ice, so maybe they didn't really need that extra ice there.
Yeah. Om hon chappar, eller om vi chappar, hon chappar.
Jag kan gilla den här.
Då kan jag stenträff, ja. Just det. Vi leder
Time
med.
clock, Sweden. Remember, we're going end by end on the time clock. Lots of time remaining for Sweden.
Ja.
They
Jag tror
can't
också
call
vi
a timeout. They can't stop the clock with a
Ja,
timeout.
alternativet är hon ska dra, då kan hon dra hit, då har jag den stenträffen. Ja.
Jag gillar det.
That's where you get the decisiveness, the benefit of the decisiveness of Anna Hasselborg. Call the early shots in the end
Men om
quickly.
vi chappar och hon
Lots of
rundar
time
den
on your
perfekt,
clock.
så är det
And it's
ganska
decision
nice att spela
time
en
here
fart som jag
late
kommer
in the
spela
game.
sista.
Säger en 8,5.
8.
8,5, 8,7.
8,5.
Yeah, because this is
Ja.
not just a straightforward remove it from play, it's where we want our shooter to be.
Va?
And where would you like it? On the nose?
Because
Inside roll?
you don't want to benefit Scotland by leaving
Vi gör det, men
an easier shot for them to cause you difficulty.
So what do you think the best leave is here?
So we
Throughout-
certainly don't want to hit and roll over behind the guard
think att
to allow
inåt då, ja.
Scotland to come right round everything. If they nosed it,
Leaves a hit and roll,
8,5
which
då,
if
Sara.
Ja.
Jennifer Dodds made it, would mean they're drawing the 8-foot circle for the win.
and what shot does Anna in her head want to be left with to play? Is she happy to play the draw?
Right.
To play a hit?
Whoa, whoa. Ian.
I'm sure she's happy to play either.
Whoa. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, very confident.
Whoa, whoa,
Anna
whoa.
Hasselborg, right on the nose.
Yeah. Because if Scotland do manage to draw around that perfectly to the 4-foot, it's very usable for Anna to raise up.
It's a relatively short run.
Får runda ändå hålet. Ja. Får runda hålet ändå.
But there's a chance here for Scotland. That
I'll give you
stone now
2-3
sitting
feet more weight.
in the front of the 8-foot,
Yeah.
possibly usable.
Yeah. We've got
So
brought
we're
the ice
drawing
in by
through the
like
gap here.
Okay, they're going to go and try to go between the red and the yellow.
check the ice. Okay.
Needs full 8-foot.
Line's good. A wee bit more positive at the hand. Line's good. Little high, little high, little high. It's getting better. Lauren.
Can't sweep it for line at the moment. It's just hanging. Here it
They're
comes.
through the hole.
Is it going to stop?
It's going to slide deep, but it's in shot rock position in the back of the 8-foot, so they are going to force Anna Hasselborg to
It's almost like you wanted
make
to
a
tip off
shot.
that yellow.
Otherwise, we're going to a shootout. There's a smile from Jennifer Dodds.
What?
That's pretty good.
Getting better.
And let's take another look.
Only if you have
Is
to
it
line's
going to
good.
curl? Is it going to
Whoa,
curl?
whoa, whoa,
Got to get by the
whoa.
front one. It's by.
And then it's, please
Tap, tap,
stop.
tap, 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 tap.
Oh, it's nice. Good
Oh.
Vill du runda isen, Sara?
It did, it lie shot, and that's, you know, the best
almost like
thing
you
to
wanted
do
to
is
aim
lie
that.
shot at the end of that.
Right. Couldn't have done much better than that. Good stone. So let's see.
If it had been top tee, it probably would have been easier for Sweden to make the run.
It's true.
Spela för knacka T-line. Vad vill ni ha för fart?
So is Anna Hasselborg going to follow it down, or is she going to tap her own, do you think?
Ja. Lite mindre, Sara.
It's a similar line that Jennifer Dodds took, but she's got some options. She could tap her own, or she could just follow the stone just thrown by Dodds. And judging by the brush,
She
that
wouldn't even need to
looks like
split her own by much to get shot.
that's true. Here we go.
Bra linje.
Bra linje.
Japp.
Japp.
Bra linje.
Japp.
Japp. Japp.
Yeah, they're happy with
Gå
the
för ryggen
line.
då. Gå för ryggen. Gå för ryggen. Gå för ryggen.
Just going for a tap on their own.
There's the tap. Into the 4-foot. Will it stop in time? Yes, it does. Great shot. Anna Hasselborg for the win.
Good game.
4-foot tap, but they had to work for it.
Thanks, game. Good game. Thank you.
Final score in this one. Sweden are winners by a 6-4 score.
Nej, verkligen bra snack.
Let's take another look at the winning shot. Had to tap it up. Little moment of quick heartbeat as it comes to rest, but there's the win for Anna Hasselborg and Team Sweden. 6-4 is your final.
Ja, den var skön. Jag satte den skön.
Den här ser hemma ut.
Bra knackat lite, Sofia. Vad skönt att minska den. Ja, nej men det stämmer.
下面为您介绍本轮比赛的比赛场地 A 赛场挪威队8，加拿大队 比赛上瑞典队2，俄罗斯队9。On sheet C, Japan 7, China 2. C 赛上日本队7，中国队2。On sheet D, Sweden 6, Scotland 4.
USA taking on Korea.
Come overhead, it looked us from my...
Red stones belong to Team USA. Tough final shot here for Jang Hyeri. Trying to draw in the pocket, but it's tracking wide. A little tap, and it is a steal of 2 for the USA.
2 red.
I mean, I'd rather be on the outside.
Last stone at the 6th end for Korea's Jang. Trying to draw for 2, but it's going to come up short. Just a single point for Korea. In the 7th end, a raised takeout attempt here for Sarah Anderson.
Good.
Straight back, makes it, kills the Korean shot. USA scores 4.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah.
The team shake hands. Dominating win for Team USA. Sarah Anderson, Corey Dropkin, 18-4 winners in that one. And let's take a look of a roundup of all the Session 8 games. Norway, 8-5 winners over Canada in mixed doubles. Russia 9-2 over Sweden. In the women's event, Japan 7-2 winners over China. Sweden 6-4 winners over Scotland. And here are the standings in mixed doubles. Canada with their first loss dropped to 3-1. USA leading Pool B 4-0. 2 more games yet to come in the double round robin. The pool winners go to the final on Sunday.
So, Corey, Sarah, what a game. 6 at the first end, maximum score.
Yeah, I think our goal for this game was really to focus on rock position, so it worked out well.
What are your thoughts in the first end?
Yeah, we just got off to a good start, made 5 rocks that end and got a couple breaks from them and just kind of put the pressure on and came back with that 6-ender, which was crucial to start the game.
What are your thoughts about this World Cup format?
Oh, I mean, I love it. I think it's really exciting how these are new rules in play and attracts all the best countries and teams here, so I'm really excited to be a part of it.
And what did you do as a pair preparing for this event in mixed doubles?
I think we just got off to a good start with the season. We played in New Zealand at their Winter Games a couple weeks ago, and so that was a good way to start the year and kind of get our feet wet coming into this.
And one question people like to know, in China, what do you do between games to relax?
We went on a little walk yesterday, I guess reading, and we come here and watch the other draws. But yeah.
A little bit of rest in the bed as well, necessary.
Nap time.
Quite right with all that sweeping. Well, congratulations and good luck with the rest of the games.
Thank you.
So that'll do it here from Suzhou. On behalf of our entire production team, my colleague Rona Howie, I'm Hans Frauenlaub. So long from the Curling World Cup.
Make sure we keep it open if we need to. We're up 3.
Make sure.
Make sure.
4. Pretty good, girl.
That's a lot.